Hello guys, my name is Glurmit, and in today's video I really wanted to talk a little bit about Territory War Omicrons. So Territory War is a game mode that a lot of us enjoy and a lot of us hate. It's like you either hate it or you love it, there's no in between. Personally, I'm a big enjoyer of the game mode, and today I really want to talk about the Omicrons and why you should maybe consider applying a few. Now obviously we have the well-known ones such as Poggle or such as Droidica, or GI, or any of the TW characters. Obviously people are going to apply those, but there are other ones that are good. And whilst this isn't supposed to be a video on which ones you should apply, this is more of a video on why you should consider applying the ones you don't normally get. So in the background you're going to see some footage. It ranges from some pretty cool battles to just some straight up awesome ones. We have footage of more Mandos, obviously no Territory War Omicrons there, but I just wanted to showcase how I just wrecked a JML. Absolutely wild. Then we have some footage of Phoenix, we have some footage of Wookiees, and then we round it up with some footage of Phasma. And really guys, by applying TW Omicron, you're just opening yourself up to so many counters that didn't already exist. If you've been watching my streams, you know guys that I do stream TW almost every single time it comes around, and one of the things I always mention is one of the downsides of TW compared to GAC is you get to a point where everyone sets exactly the same team. It's going to happen, guys. You're going to get to the point where there's 50 Lord Vaders, 50 Jabbers, because this is what the end game is like, right? And this is where the problems arise. When you get to this issue, it's not like Grand Arena. There's only 1 or 2 counters per team that are safe counters. And by safe, I mean they're generally going to work, and also, you know, they're pretty cheap. But once you get outside of these counters, the percentage of win rates goes down, meaning you're going to cost your guild some banners, some very much needed wins, right? And on top of that, you're also going to get to the point where you just don't really have reliable counters in the first place, right? So by applying TW Omicrons, you can actually shift the favor in your hands. Now, I'm not saying go out there and just apply every TW Omicron in existence, because that would just be bad advice from me. But what I am trying to encourage you guys, I've made a video on it before, I've seen Van Seal has made some great videos on this before as well. Don't ignore TW Omicrons, guys. They are really, really strong, and they tend to stay up with the meta. TW meta doesn't really change too much. Like, yeah, you'll get Droidica Omicron or Poggle Omicron that are just so good that they come in and all of a sudden it changes the guild meta completely, like a click of a finger, right? Obviously, not all of them are going to do that. Whereas GAC, the meta shifts so quickly because people have easier access to new characters. It's much easier to have one person whale on a marquee or a GL than it is to have 50, right? You understand my thought process here, guys? So for this reason, TW is always going to be slower for Omicrons to go out of fashion. As you can see here, guys, we are using a relatively weak Phasma team to beat JML. We can do this pretty consistently. We can also use it to beat other GLs. And the real benefit is you're taking a team you wouldn't have used already and you're filling in that gap. Like I said, guys, in TW, when you start facing 30, 40, 50 of the same teams, no matter what team it is, if it's JML, if it's Sith Eternal, you're going to run out of counters, right? Because of the way TW is structured and the way you can form your defense. And this is so important for those of you who plan Territory War. Make sure you're setting teams with similar counters to spread them out and to draw out what you don't want people to use against the big teams. So for example, say you know you're going to have JML defense, you try and draw out those grievances in preparation, right? But by applying TW Omicrons, in this case Phasma, we have now opened ourselves up to be able to bridge over that gap, that defensive play, and we can now start to beat it with something that your opponent cannot prepare for. There's only so many counters you can prepare for, guys, and when you start adding a few Territory War Omicrons in there, you can now overcome it. And the last footage you're going to see here, guys, is actually going to be the Wookiees versus Rey. Now, this is something that I just wanted to showcase. So I took my Wookiees in. Now, the Rey team does not have ultimate. I'm assuming as someone who maybe just unlocked Rey, obviously, right? And this was just too easy, right? This was just too easy. Yes, we did lose 2 characters, but again, guys, you're taking a team you wouldn't have used, that wouldn't have been prepared for, you're taking it in, and you're just decimating the opponent. Obviously, normally you would expect gas counters or star killer counters or JML or GL, but to take in a team that they could not have anticipated can be the edge between winning and losing a Territory War. And this is why Territory War Omicrons are so important. important, guys. Like I said, don't go out there and apply every single one, because that's not what I'm trying to say here, guys. My advice is for every 4 Omicrons you do, 1 of them should be guild related. So if you do 3 for, I don't know, GAC, you do 1 for TW or 1 for TB. If you do 4 or 5 or 6, the same rule still applies, and this way you can kind of keep up with it. Obviously, there's going to be staples, guys. Droidica Omicron, Poggle Omicron, Mara Jade Omicron, any of the TW guys Omicron, so that's Trench Lead, GI Lead, Unique or Special. It's also going to include Boba Fett Side of Django Lead. Obviously, these ones are ones you're probably going to want to do anyway, but having these extra ones on the side, the Phasmas, the Wookiees, for example, is really going to help you build up that roster that is capable of helping you in that guild, because you will get to a point, guys, where it's just irritating and frustrating and you keep on facing the same team and you really don't want to, and I understand that, guys. So why not apply an Omicron here or there that will help you overcome this? I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing, and let me know down in the comments what TW Omicron has been your favorite that you have applied. And with that said, guys, I hope you all have a Glurmit day.